So I told my I called my lawyer and I told him to Google Carlos Letter and click images. I told his secretary, and he was a cocaine cowboy, and they lived on my street in Gachet Boulevard, and there's a bunch of them. And basically, this one looks like me. He looks like me, um, and he, I don't know if he did Google Carlos Letter and click images, but he didn't tell me he did. He called my mom and told my mom that I needed to get reevaluated. That's all I did was call him up and tell him to Google Carlos Letter, click images, research him for about 5 minutes, and so I could come in and talk to him. He's my lawyer. I wanted to talk to him. So he never called me. He was late for court. He shows up at court, and so I guess that's the main Carlos Letter. And he got arrested. He supposedly did 33 years in prison, but he's DEA in the 90s. And he did 33 years in prison for 3.3 tons of cocaine. And that's a Freemason number. This right here just pretty much says that he's in a spy program. And it's Carlos Letter Island. To Ledger County. And it's still like that. If you Google Carlos Letter, articles in Lakeland Ledger, there's none. If you Google Pablo Escobar, articles in Lakeland Ledger, there's none. But if you Google Pablo Escobar, Small Plains, Polk County, Florida, buying missiles for El Salvador, home of the MS-13, but all you got to do is Google Pablo Escobar, Small Plains, Polk County, Florida. There's tons of articles. If you Google Carlos Letter, Florida, or Carlos Letter, there's tons of articles, just not in Lakeland Ledger, because every flight was to Lakeland. I'm in a spy program called Majestic 12, Air Force and Navy. It's to fight communism now. That is not the Pablo Escobar that is Colombian. This is why I got arrested. I mentioned this on my Facebook. I had COVID. I was high. I don't remember making that video, but I made a bunch of videos. I was making videos for about 10 hours high on meth, and I just got rid of COVID, and basically I did not upload the video. So finally, some girlfriends of mine, they found me and got me. They were trying to get me off my phone because they knew I was making videos because my phone's hacked, and they watch over me. And they found me, and they took my phone, and then they uploaded the videos. They'll testify in court that they uploaded the videos. This was in front of my hotel, but I was taking pictures of the rain. I was taking pictures of the rain. I take pictures of the rain, and there's a lot of things you can see in the rain. Um, that you can't see, well, that the camera will pick up. This was outside my back window. In the next, that was through the on the next property. That was um, an RV sales lot, and the reflection off the on the window of the car from the palm trees is that. And that, but it looks different when I screenshot that area and blow up that area. So yeah, you can see more detail there. That's a reflection of and that's the reflection. And I have some other pictures of it. That's the island, Carlos Letter Island, to Ledger County. 100 flights a day from 1974 to 1987. Then when the Democrats found out, how much because this was a Republican thing. This was a spy the spy program is Republican, and to go up against the deep state and become the deep state. You can't really stop the New World Order. And you can't stop the New World Order. And basically they planned on if you watch the video, a wolf in sheep's clothing, it's an hour and 25 minutes long on YouTube. It talks about how the Catholic Church planned on turning USA to communism like 200 years ago. That's Merrill Lynch. Merrill Lynch is the Irish Catholic firm attached to the Vatican, attached to our government. And my dad's was a senior financial advisor at Merrill Lynch. His office was right there. I worked at Merrill Lynch in 2005 and to get my license, my Series 7 and 66, while I had a Russian fiance that I met in 2004 in Cocoa Beach, and then she flew back into. She finished college and she got her visa, and she came back to USA, and I quit my job and I moved to Los Angeles, and I lived with her in Los Angeles and Santa Monica for about a year, and then we moved to Koreatown, Los Angeles, and then the neighborhoods where Rodney King got videoed of getting beat up. Now, this is Vito. He's wanted, and he's 33 years of age. There's a line under his age for some reason. And it's 33. Just like Letter was indicted for shipping 3.3 tons of cocaine to the United States. It was extradited from Colombia to Jacksonville, Florida. So, right here it's saying that he threatened to kill one federal judge every week until released. The United States Marshals provided extra security for judges, jury, prosecutors because of Letter's threats. Letter was held in a special cell. Okay? Well, that's not true, because right here it says that right here, you read it. It says, during trial, I was part of an elite States Marshal Service team which provided threat intelligence information in support of protecting the federal judges. So basically, and then, there he is, DEA. And Merrill Lynch is the black ops firm, and in the war on drugs. My dad took me to see Scarface 3 times at the movie theater. 3 times. Pablo Escobar's, Sebastian Marcoon says that Pablo Escobar's money went to fight communism, because basically it was Republican. And then when the Democrats found out about Letter Island and how much money the Republicans were making with cocaine, and realized that they weren't smuggling it. They didn't know who was smuggling it, because it was allowed. No one really got. I don't know if you look up all the rest about from back then, but I don't think there's articles that they never found out who was flying all the planes and stuff. And so I talked about this. I said that Matt Williams had got them, and they were on timers, and I had to find them and turn them off. That's what I said. But I was high on meth, and I said it a little differently. And I did not upload the video. I was trying to make a video for like 10 hours. I was high on meth. And with COVID, and drug money goes into the stock market as donations to churches. The Vatican, Democrat, CIA spies. Other churches, DEA spies. Republican, kind of. There's espionage on top of espionage in this country. Nothing's like... So it's just 3.3. Basically, that's like the Freemason number. If you look up 33 on YouTube, there's a lot of things about that number. 3 is the Trinity, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. And so it talks about how bad it, how harsh it was, his sentence was. So basically, there's a bunch of different Carlos letters. This talks about the island. "33 years in prison." So basically, I just got these articles when he got out of prison. And so basically, I got arrested 2 years ago. And nobody's believed me about my spy, me talking about this now that I have other things posted that I'll show you. Now it says that he was a self-proclaimed Nazi. And if you read more, he says that the Holocaust didn't happen. Well, anyways, Adolf Hitler died in Colombia, um, and Al Capone died in Colombia, and they had a lot of kids. They had a lot of kids, secret kids, and they had like a fertility clinic of kids. And so a lot of girls, we're talking 1 million girls, probably got pregnant and taken to the Eastern time zone. And the United States CIA uses Hong Kong triads, 14K. They're ninjas, monks, medicine men, as like mercenaries and stuff. And the global opium trade, because I think that now this is my hypothesis. I think that they were human trafficking girls back to the Americas, and maybe they were going to Pearl Harbor, and then basically with the Chinese triads, maybe there was some Japanese samurai that were helping human traffic via submarine and stuff to Pearl Harbor, and that's why they bombed Pearl Harbor, Japan, because basically in 1858 a general put the gun to the Princess of Hawaii's head and said, "You sign over Hawaii right now, else we're killing everybody with the USA Navy." So they that thing, that could have been all staged just so they have the excuse to drop the freaking atom bomb, and then doing so at the day that they did drop the atom bomb or whatever, was I would say our planet was like aligned at the perfect position, so certain distant planets could see the atom bomb explode, and then basically demon aliens have been on the way to Earth, which is, we're on a fake Earth, we're on like a Death Star or something, forming a planet, and they've been on the way here for ever since World War II, and they're going to get here soon, and that's why we blew up the nukes, is to signal to the aliens that we're here and we're done making people, so they can come get the people, because some people or some aliens have sold out the human race, and we just been, God's been harvesting souls, and the aliens are coming to pick up people, and when they get here, we're having a war with the aliens. And I think that we've done this before, but I'm not sure, because if you look at 14 generations of memories stored on your DNA, 14 generations of memories stored on your DNA, and I've been writing a fiction book, a fiction with reality. And so basically, I asked my lawyer to Google Carlos Letter and click images, and he called my mom and told my mom I needed to get evaluated. So I got evaluated the first time, and I said that, I told my story. I've been traveling the world, selling jewelry on beaches. I went to 5 colleges. I married a Colombian. I married a Russian, but my parents didn't know I married a Russian, and basically she came over with her friend Julia, and I didn't remember, but I taught Julia how to surf, and I named her Nikita Surf. Nikita Surf is my daughter. She looks just like my mom. And then basically, I didn't know she was my daughter until I remembered she was my daughter. And I can explain that story to you, but I have been in a spy program my whole life. After Vietnam, the Republicans wanted to gain power, and they needed money to gain power, so they had a spy program with it just ended up happening to be called, we're called sicarios. Basically, American, Italian financial advisor dads that served in Vietnam, maybe World War II too, to fly planes for Pablo Escobar and Carlos Leder and Barry Seal. And basically, hundreds of planes flew every day, and not everybody worked every day. There's a lot, because there was teenagers flying the planes. Maybe, and maybe their dads knew, maybe they didn't. My dad, I'm sure he knew sometime, but then he had his memories erased, because you can your mom can't know you're a spy. Your mom can't know that you're being raised to, your mom can't know that, her granddad on her mom's side of the family is Al Capone, or Sal Campagnone, aka Al Capone, and your mom can't know that, your dad's grandfather is Adolf Hitler, and Carlos Leder, either his dad or grandfather, is Adolf Hitler. And Adolf Hitler died in Colombia, Pablo Escobar's town. So Pablo Escobar, there's like 5 Pablo Escobars, either, his dad or his granddad are Adolf Hitler. And basically, he had thousands of kids. The secret agenda of the Nazis was to make babies with the Jewish girls, because the Jewish girls were descendants of Jesus, because Jesus got his nut taken, like a hernia surgery, or he was an organ donor, and then made babies with his nut. And so, but basically, I do believe that the fallen angels stopped Jesus from getting crucified, and he was around a long time making babies. And right now he's at the right hand of the Father. So if he's at the right hand of the Father, and Mars is Earth, my friend Brian Moore, instead of bitching at me when I made my first video for Psychosis, he put my face on Carlos Leder picture, and he sent a message, "Hey Danny, I found a picture of you with Pablo Escobar." So he cracked the code. I found that picture on the internet. I went and Googled Pablo Escobar photos, images, and I found it, but I didn't think to look up Carlos Leder and research Carlos Leder. He was in jail, and there was no articles really popping up that were talking about him. So basically, people send the articles to my house, or to my... This is on my phone. My phone's hacked. Okay, unlock more assistant features. So that just popped up. Hushing sound, gentle, soothing voice to calm a baby. Basically. I want to see what that says. About my... I should have searched a little more. Maybe they were trying to send me a message. That's pretty funny, though. I didn't put that on my phone, and obviously did. These are angel trumpets. Scopulina, the devil's breath. Scopulina is being used by researchers for Alzheimer's since 2015. It's a zombie drug, and I did it once. I got an overnight package in the mail, and it said this is not meth. This is Flocka. Don't be driving. Do this, and Google Pablo Escobar arrest photos and click images. So the arrest photos of Pablo Escobar are different than all the other pictures of Pablo Escobar. There's 2 pictures of Pablo Escobar, arrest photos, where he He's Italian. It's my mom and dad. That dad right there, and that dad right there is different than that dad. Anyways, we have split personality to be a CIA spy. Anyways, that's Pablo Escobar, the Colombian Pablo Escobar, one of the Colombian Pablo Escobars. There's a couple different Pablo Escobars. And it's talking about Barry Seal worked for the CIA and Pablo. Well, that's not Barry Seal. And that's not Barry Seal. And that's not Barry Seal. But Barry Seal was at my military school. Was at my military school all the time. They're obviously that person is turned around so you don't see their face. I'm not saying it's me. I'm just saying it has. I thought it was me, but it's not me. Because Pablo Escobar would never take me to a soccer game because he would never want them to take a picture of my face. Basically, I was secret. Basically, if you Google Lenny Robert Escobar, Little Bear, or Lenny, Pablo Escobar's 16-year-old pilot, it's a story about Pablo Escobar, 16-year-old pilot, Lenny. I'm not Lenny, I'm Denny. So, I thought I was Lenny. Just because if you YouTube Lenny Denny's commercials, and you YouTube Lenny Denny's rap song, anyways, my friend has an identical twin. Gina's daughter, Christina's daughter. Identical. They look identical twins to me. Anyways. So I was doing meth once a week, tweak writing a book about started off Sebastian the Smuggler, smuggling cocaine from Cuba to Florida and trading it for, not selling the cocaine, but trading it for sassafras and saffrola oil to make ecstasy. Sassafras comes from a root of a tree in Cambodia. We went to Vietnam to get the rubber tree that makes rubber tires. We tried to plant it in Colombia, but it didn't work. So we went to war in Vietnam to get the rubber tree. In Cambodia, the sassafras was used to flavor root beer. But the FDA said it was too carcinogenic, so they stopped it because the CIA wanted to save ecstasy for, save the sassafras, save the forest to make ecstasy, not root beer, because a lot more people drink root beer than would, do ecstasy maybe, and they would make the forest deplete faster. And so I think they've been trying to replant the forest, and ecstasy is in the third clinical trial for post-traumatic stress. If you take too much ecstasy, it's linked to drug-induced Alzheimer's. And if you have drug-induced Alzheimer's, spy shit, I'm mind controlled. Who's your dad? I have lots of kids. I don't know where they are. So do my friends. We're all Mormon. All my daughters like speed and weed because she said that she likes speed and weed. So, she told me over here she likes speed and weed. And basically, I met her on the beach. And then, boom. That was pretty cool. So, I've been in contact with her. And I asked my mom look at her, and she wouldn't look at her. Now, Maria Lopez Guadalupe Esquivel La Catrina. Maria Lopez Guadalupe Esquivel La Catrina. Well, one of them is going to college in Lakeland, and I've met her a few times, and I asked my mom to go meet her with me, to go see her, and my mom has not done it. And she's either my granddaughter or my daughter. So scopolamine is being used. The angel trumpet is being used since 2000 for Alzheimer's research. It's the most dangerous in the world. It's very scary. You turn into a zombie if you do too much. I mean, it's weird. I'll never do it again. But I did get my memories back. This right here, I went to rehab for Adderall. I've been in 5 drug rehabs. I've been in 5 colleges. I got my Series 7 and 66 at Merrill Lynch, licensed banker, broker dealer, and there's records of me, DEA, undercover narcotics. My first 3 years of college, I took criminal justice classes. Now, my mom doesn't believe me, but, well, even if I had my memories the whole time, because it's right here, I'm telling, my friend Bo, Happy 4th of July. Do you remember in rehab, I did not remember my life to do my timeline in my counselor in class. Thought I was lying. They thought I was lying. And then I asked him. And so basically he responded back. So I had, I've been putting all these little proofs of everything that I say for 5 years. 5 years. I went to drug rehab evaluation, drug rehab court, and the counselor, the lady that evaluated me, I'm going to go find her today. This was 4 years ago. She told me that my family was going to have me locked up and I needed to leave Florida and not talk to them about any memories coming back or anything, because they were going to have me locked up. My dad died. My mom said 3 times, do you think I'm going to let you show your face at your dad's funeral? Do you think I'm going to let you show your face at your dad's funeral? Do you think I'm going to let you show your face at your dad's funeral? 3 times during the week, and she had me Baker acted, so I didn't even get to go to my dad's funeral. And she took my dad to the lawyer to take me off the trust. So I'm saying that, I'm with no memories, trying to talk to my dad, my dying dad. Up for 4 years, I didn't work. I was staying at my friend's house, just waiting to talk to my dying dad, and then he would want to see me about every 2 weeks, and when my mom would leave, he'd say something like, one time he said at the hospital, he goes, "So you've been thinking about Pablo Escobar any lately?" And then he's like, "Shh," and then basically he wanted me to smuggle him in a cold beer, and this was at the hospital towards the end. But he would ask me questions about the spy stuff, and he would kind of remember, and then I'd start telling him, and then he would flip out, and he would be like yelling and screaming, and then he would yelling and screaming. Now look right here, these videos right here. Look at this. Nope, you can see kind of those. I would make so many videos trying to make the best video and sound like shit or say one thing wrong and then have to remake the whole video. So I stopped explaining the whole freaking 30-year DEA undercover narcotics story, because look at this. I make all these videos, and then basically I've been ever since I found out my lawyer, he quit on me. He quit. I asked him to Google Carlos Letter, and that's Carlos Letter that looks most like me, that's popping, his head popping up, and then click images. And they used to all live on my street, or down the street, way down at the entrance to the other way where we never left. And they used to ride bikes around, but they didn't come close to my mom's house, except one time they were pretty close, and I yelled Hong Kong Phooey, and I karate chopped the dog. I was showing off to him. I was like 8 years old. I karate chopped the dog at 10 years old, and the dog bit me pretty hard, and then blood was flying out of my arm everywhere, and I was yelling and screaming, crying, and they 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 rode off, and so my mom saw him ride off. So that's the reflection of the palm tree. That's the reflection of the palm. Look at that. That's the reflection of the palm tree on the window of the car. And then that's the other reflection that you'll see later. But that's pretty crazy. So basically, that's pretty cool. And then, yeah, here's the reflections of that. So basically, this is pretty cool. It's all reflections of the. It's pretty. Of the palm tree. It's like a. It's pretty interesting. That was behind my hotel. Palm Tree Angel. Now this was a mural at the sandbar in Cocoa Beach. And this, I walked right across. I saw the mural, and then I walked right across, and I took a picture. I always take a picture of the canopy in the clouds. I take a picture because there's always interesting clouds. I'll show you the other clouds. But I didn't know it was that it was going to be this cloud, and I was asking God for a sign because I've been going through a lot of emotional stuff. And so basically, my lawyer just quit on me. But he wanted me to get reevaluated because I called my lawyer, and I told him to Google Carlos Letter, click images, and do 5 minutes worth of research, and so we could talk about it. And then basically, he did not. I don't know. Maybe he did, and realized it was all true. And then maybe something happened. Maybe he's involved with something. But he, look at this picture. Look at that. It's a reflection of the palm tree. And so he did not. He called my mom and told my mom I needed to get reevaluated. So then he was late for court. He was late for court. He told the judge I needed to be reevaluated. Well, why do I need to be reevaluated? I'm ready for court. I'm ready for trial. He's my lawyer, and I'm ready for trial. And he had me reevaluated, and I did it against my will. So I didn't do the evaluation right. I gave her attitude a little bit because I went in there, and I didn't give her attitude. I just said, listen, I don't, She goes, what happened? You were fine, And I said, well, he wanted me to get reevaluated. All I did was ask him to Google Carlos Letter and click images. And he called my mom and said he wanted to, I don't know if he did or not, Google did it or not, but he didn't tell me anything. He hasn't talked to me the whole time. He's my lawyer, not my mom's lawyer. And so he wanted me to get reevaluated. And so basically, wouldn't you be upset if your lawyer didn't do what you asked him to do? And she said, yes, I would. And so she goes, well, what's up with the Carlos Letter? And I'm like, well, Carlos Letter, if he Googled Carlos Letter, I told him, and clicked images, it proves my whole story. But he didn't, because, my story from one of the first rant that I had. And so basically, and so she and I told her I just wanted to take the competency test, like the written test, and I didn't want to talk to her about it because when I first came in there, she told me, I told her that, I had a Russian wife, I've been traveling the world selling jewelry on beaches. I started selling jewelry on beaches March 1994, and I quit college. Well, I didn't tell her, but December 93, we were in Colombia. And then basically I had no memories, but I'm selling jewelry on beaches, and no memories of being DEA, and no memories of Pablo Escobar, and no memories of anything to do with that. And so basically, and then I'm selling jewelry on the beach. And so basically I didn't tell her that. I just, I was briefly told her, all I told her was that my Russian wife looked like Putin's daughters. That's all I said. And she deemed me incompetent the first time. And then basically, she deemed me incompetent the first time. And so basically,
I guess that's what I needed. It's flaking people fucking not believing me because my brain.
This is my first video, 2017. After I got a package in the mail, I went to rehab. I went to rehab for Adderall, and I had no Adderall in my system. I quit Adderall like months before. I'm prescribed Adderall for ADHD. And I first went on it to get my Series 7 and 66, a licensed banker, broker, dealer, in 2007. Now, basically, I never quit being DEA, I guess, and I never quit being a CIA spy. When you're a CIA spy, you're not on the books. You're not on the books so they can come and find you. And sometimes it's just spies that aren't on the. There's no records of them on the computer. That's the kind of spy I thought it was. But there's records of me DEA, or undercover narcotics. Well, there was records of me DEA, undercover narcotics. I didn't know that. So basically, I asked Rusty to freaking Google Carlos Letter, click images. He had me, yelled at me a little bit in front of the judge. He scolded me. Had me get reevaluated. I didn't want to, and spend $500. $500. The state did not pay $500. My mom did, and I told her that I was upset. I didn't want to, talk to her about it because she asked me, "What about Carlos Letter?" And I just told her that, all I did was ask him to Google Carlos Letter, click images, and pretty much that story kind of proves the whole thing of what I've been saying, and nobody's been listening. But now they want. She deemed me. He came and said that she said. He goes, the evaluation said that he needs involuntary hospital. I'm like, did he sell me out to the deep state? Did he put me in a mental hospital where they're going to torture me and kill me? Because my people said that I am going to get tortured and killed. Maybe they're going to induce a heart attack, or they're going to freaking kill me. They're going to poison me because they don't want me getting into politics with Trump. I was supposed to be with Trump on the campaign trail. But Trump came to be president 8 years early, so it messed things up on us waking up and getting our memories back because we're sleeper cells for the deep state. We freaking were sicarios when we were teenagers. We faked Pablo Escobar's death. He's alive. I have kids with his daughters, which I'll show you. And basically, and now they want to put me in a mental hospital where I will get killed. I'm a spy, and if you put me in a mental hospital, I will get killed in the mental hospital. That's what my people said. So basically, this is the first video.
I'm supposed to fucking go back by myself. Once again, And listen, what's up, y'all?
I'm sorry about the cuss words.
I guess that's
I
what
was
I
on
needed.
Flocka all night.
Is flaking people fucking not believing me because my brain almost hemorrhaged. I wasn't supposed to fucking go back by myself. Once again, I broke the rules. Listen, the three families that fucking hate me doing drugs that I have is my blood family, my Escobar family, and my Putin family. Okay? And the Blue Law family. Okay? I promise you that. It's not a threat. It's a fucking promise. And I break all the fucking rules. And I'm just writing a stupid, cheesy book, and now my parents are fucking pissed off. Well, fuck, dude. You shouldn't have sent me to tweak writing fucking school. That was the best rehab in the fucking planet. Once again, you enabled me to fucking do it whatever the fuck I want. Because what? At the best rehab in the world, you got rich people that get sent there by their parents, And they still want to fucking do drugs. Now I got a fucking plane. Because what? I never had a plane before. Because my buddy Bo has a fucking plane. And it's been the Wild Wild West. You know, Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? So you bought me the fucking plane. And I know how to fucking fly a plane. I've been fucking CIA trained. And nobody believes me. So anyways, Mr. Doremus, Tom Bluebaugh. Is this fucking real? Or is it just another one of my tweak fucking dreams, dude? Because I like this shit. I like to write okay, I wrote a book, man, and it's like from 2012 back to frickin' 1995, and then I got stuck, and then I go back. And I've been thinking that people were looking for me. Like, it's been crazy, dude. I got lost in my own mind. And fuck, I can do whatever I fucking want, dude. Dude, the CIA and the FBI fucked up. And they fucking allowed shitty-ass meth to fucking ruin the whole fucking country. And fucking, as long as it's fucking the frosty white that I like, I'll fucking do it if I fucking want to. I might do it fucking any fucking 30 second. I got a fucking 2 Slurpee straws that I can fucking bust out. They're about that big. They're fucking sealed on both sides. Within 3 seconds, dude, one of them's Flocka, and one of them's fucking the Frosty White. Flocka Diddy. You want to see Flocka Diddy? Dude, it's just a freaking movie, dude. It's like a movie screenplay. I'm fucking in my head. I'm so delusional because I got fucking. Once again, I'm the victim. You know, I got mind controlled. I thought I was kidnapped, but I got kidnapped by fucking the Russians in Waikiki. They made it look like it was the fucking triads, and fucking I wake up at the LAX in a hotel, and a note, and it said, "You go fucking straight to the airplane," or some shit. I don't know. It was written in fucking Russian, dude. I try to read it, dude, but I fucking didn't have any ADHD medicine. And fuck, I don't know what happened, but my Russian is gone. Because I used to speak some damn good Russian, and I used to speak some damn good Spanish with a damn good accent. And it's fucking just a book, you little pussy fucks in Lakeland. Fucking, oh, you don't want to do drugs, oh my gosh, he's making a crazy movie on drugs. Anyways, dude, I can do whatever the fuck I want. I didn't obey my parents, I didn't obey Escobar, and I didn't obey Putin. I don't think I obeyed Tom Bluebaugh either, so it's just in the book. I'm sorry you guys are all in it, but you guys are all family. So are you, but listen, man. There's fucking rats all over fucking, they're called MS-13. They're all over fucking Lakeland. All over. They're in your bushes. If I love you, they're fucking, and they know, they're there because they're in Sarasota. That's the only place they are. So when you go in and out of your house, make sure they're not in the bushes because they can run in, even if the police are there. Even if the police are there. You have to protect your fucking selves. Because I'm not there, and I don't know where Putin is, but I know fucking his submarine on the Gulf Coast don't belong to him no more. I had to steal it from him. Riverside D Company is in that fucker. You don't believe me? That's fine, man, because we'll take out as many rats as we have to. We've been watching for them via satellite. They used to drop me the fuck in to go get my dream suitcases. That's not a fucking threat. Which is a poker face. That's a promise. In 1991, 84 nuclear suitcase bombs went missing from the fall of the Soviet Union. I've been researching those since 1983. That's what got me sent to Riverside via Stephen Doremus. So let me tell you something. I got sent straight to fucking Russia. I came back a few weeks before my parents came to visit me. Whatever. Don't believe me. I don't even believe it. I think I'm just writing a crazy book, dude. And you guys are all just a bunch of fucking... There's crazy books out there.
This will put you in a good mood. No, not that one.
Theory for you today. And I'm just going to start out by saying it's a lot easier to control the masses and control the narrative around something through emotional manipulation. So you'll notice if something is considered a tragedy, it's like totally taboo to ask questions about it. Case closed, that's it. So if there's people in the comments that have a problem with this or calling me insensitive for talking about this, that's fine, because if it's true, that's the desired outcome. Anyway, this is the crew of the 1986 Challenger space shuttle mission. Infamously, on January 28, 1986, the space shuttle exploded right after takeoff. The disaster was broadcast on live television to 40 million viewers. Two men, Bob Eberling and Roger Boisjoli, worked tirelessly to warn NASA about an issue with the shuttle's O-rings, making calls and warning anyone that would listen, going all the way back to October the